But up to be where we are at the start, and you would have thought a defeat to Lincoln Redrups away back in the first game would have turned into an undefeated season, but it was, and that's testimony to what the manager has brought in, with a lot of the same players from last season, with obviously the additions, Toure, but a bigger impact than Belly and Sinclair, and the rest of man have certainly produced the level of performance to, as you say, to become invincible.
He is a happy man as he leaves the park, Brendan Rodgers. Of course, the Celtic players will now go into the dressing room and prepare to come out and celebrate 6 in a row as the podium is constructed out on the halfway line. All the party aspirations about to be unleashed as Celtic look to celebrate in style what has been a remarkable season.
Yeah, it's a strange sort of feeling where you want to celebrate in the park with the supporters, having won the championship. But obviously this has to be done now. This is the way, the modern way. But it will be no less an achievement when they come out to lift the trophy. It'll be special, and it will be remembered for being a very special championship win in so many ways, with obviously the undefeated one being the main one, but I think in the quality of football that Brendan has got the team to produce, and the anniversary, the 50th anniversary of the Lions, quite fitting how we have tried to play the game, and how many of the games have worked out.
It is fitting, Tom. Celtic will be celebrating at the Hydro 50 years since that remarkable day in Lisbon that really did put the club on the map globally. Celtic from that moment a completely different animal from what had gone before. A fair bit of pressure on these guys putting the podium up. They're under a bit of time here to get this sorted.
Well, I can hear the fans starting to do the chant. We normally get to a corner, but it could be a while. I hope they can hold their breath that long.
Nobody leaving. No. The Paradise Party.
Well, it's quite right. The team deserve a full stadium to give them an applause for the befitting awards for what they've done.
I think that looks like, is it the development squad going round, is it?
I think it is. Yep. Going round, obviously taking the acclaim. Tommy Martin taking his boys round, obviously winning the trophy themselves in a great performance. So certainly be a very busy boardroom we've got with the amount of trophies we've got in the cabinet, and hopefully one more to come next week.
We hope so. The Scottish Cup final, of course, remember, special pre-match game for you on Saturday, the Cup final. Celtic going for it, going for the trophy. That means so much more. In other seasons it's the triumvirate of the treble. Tom, if we could clear that, I mean, it has been a remarkable season, it's been a brilliant season, and that really would be the icing on the cake in the week that we celebrate 6 in a row, commemorate the 50th anniversary of Lisbon and a possible treble as well.
You think it's written in the stars, wouldn't you, in terms of how things have developed and how things have panned out for us. It's been absolutely fabulous. As I mentioned earlier, it's a season that you do not want to end. The 3-4 weeks, whatever it'll be, before the next ball was kicked in earnest, the qualifier for the Champions League. It can't come soon enough, because we'll still obviously have the basis of this team. Obviously the big talking point whether Patrick Roberts will stay, but we'll worry about that now. We're here to celebrate a magnificent season, a magnificent achievement, and the abilities of the players to go through unbeaten. And it would be a fitting way next season to win that Scottish Cup, because it's a pinnacle, a treble, has not been won too often in my career. 3 times we've done it. A 4th time would be a very nice achievement, and as you say, a fitting way of the celebrations of the Lions to have won the championship in magnificent style, unbeaten, and also to win the Scottish Cup and complete a treble.
Brendan Rodgers walking in the footsteps of Celtic history. As Tom points out, it would be a remarkable achievement to have a treble in your first season the way Martin O'Neill did. He's already equalled one of Martin O'Neill's records this season, and indeed surpassed it now, as Celtic on 106 points and 106 goals for the league season, undefeated in the league. How amazing that is. Toure come on in the second half of this game today. He of course an invincible at Arsenal. Josef Simonovic, we also pointed out, I think it was at Dinamo Zagreb, he was an invincible as well, a season without defeat in the league, and now both have achieved it at Celtic.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. I'm just saying that to do, it's what an achievement it is just to do it once, but you say they guys have done it a couple of times.
And indeed, Mikael Lustig makes up that trident of Celtic players that have done that as well, because he did it with Rosenborg, I believe.
Absolutely fabulous. Regardless of what league you play in, to go through the demands of the season, and obviously got to remember, where we started, when we started, away back to be playing all those games more than our domestic league have done. You thought maybe something would take its toll, but such as the manner of how Brendan's changed the philosophy of this team, and how the manner of how he's produced a winning formula, and just about every single game. It's a great testament to the man, and I'm sure he'll go on to greatness. Well, he's at greatness now with this, what he's done this season.
Absolutely.
Who knows where this will end?
Just watching the under-20s.
Don't want it to end, but that's another thing.
We don't want it to end, that's the truth. Going round with the Scottish Youth Cup, milking the applause. Some of the names in that lineup, you'll have seen them this season. Mikey Johnson, Anthony Ralston, the excitement of the future. Oh,
it is, and managers doing it good, and in a difficult season to be able to, some days it's more difficult to play young boys at this time, because your players are playing so well, which they have done. But the managers used them on occasion sparingly to be able to get them in, involve them, and obviously bring them in the right manner. But the taste of that in front of a kind of crowd that we're playing today, it can only drive you on, it can only inspire you, and I just hope for these boys will get further opportunities to show their true worth.
And the younger ones as well, with the Glasgow Cup and a remarkable sequence of events, 10 days when Celtic beat Rangers in the Youth Cup, they beat them in the Glasgow Cup, and the senior side beat them twice in the Scottish Cup semi-final, and of course that 5-1 League One Ibrox. Tom, if you had a highlight match from the season, would it have been that one, or can you think of another one that you preferred?
Oh, God's sake, there's plenty of 5-1 here at Celtic Park, the 5-1 at Ibrox.
How good is it, Tom, to say which of the 5-1 victories over Rangers did you enjoy the most?
I tell you what, there's even one I may have not liked, the Motherwell game with the 4-3, where
yes,
they came back, was twice 2 goals behind. 2 goals behind.
Yes.
Then when we equalised, get back, that was a great performance. But listen, there's so many wonderful performances to choose from. Those were special games, special moments, and I think the first one, I think, really setting it off here, stamping our authority on the league and the possession of this trophy that we're winning, the championship. I think the very first one was how it set us off very, very nicely.
Has set it off very, very nicely indeed. That was a highlight of the season. Celtic coming back at Motherwell. I think it was then that we realised just the grit and determination that Brendan Rodgers had imbued in this Celtic side. Well,
it's a never say die attitude, a never say die spirit. They've had it in every game. That was probably one of the games where they were tested most, away to Motherwell, because they did come out, had a goal, scored some good goals. Maybe we didn't defend as well, but we managed to overcome the adversity.
But the thing about it as well, Tom, you always felt Celtic would get that winning goal. Nothing surprised us by that stage.
No, you expected it. Even up until the time we got them in goals, we're still creating chance after chance after chance, like we did, especially in the second half here. We were creating opportunities, especially through the wing player Patrick Roberts. We were, dominant, and we have been so dominant. The quality of the players has been outstanding, and the total performances have been great.
Well, the trophy being carried out by Davy Bunton and the party. Just coming out to the podium. A wonderful moment for these guys, absolutely milking the applause.
Oh, it's a moment never to be forgotten, isn't it? To be able to lift the trophy, present it to their captain, and in the process of 6 in a row, hopefully going on to bigger and better, but it's a special moment for a special person.
We never tire of these days, folks. At the official presentation party, Neil Doncaster, Ralph Topping, Michael O'Connor, David McDonald, and of course Celtic CEO Peter Lawwell will be out to enjoy this moment
To think that trophy started with me in a River Clyde in a powerboat this morning, coming in.
I knew you'd bring that up.
Doing my James Bond impersonation, yes.
I think it'd have been more appropriate if you'd carried a box of milk tray when you came in to the office today, Tom Boyd.
I just wasn't dressed in black, that was my problem with my Celtic suit on. But yeah, listen, it's been a fabulous day all from that start, and I'm sure the supporters are going to really enjoy the celebrations tonight and everything else that's to come.
And here they come, folks. It's the 6th in a row champions coming onto the pitch to take the applause of the support. Jozo Simonovic, Mikael Lustig, Craig Gordon. Mikael Lustig, of course, we mentioned, he is part of the Invincibles, Tom. Polo Turi, Simonovic, and the entire Celtic squad coming out. And if you think the roof's going off now, wait until Brendan Rodgers takes to the pitch.
Exactly, it'll be deafening. Thank goodness we'll get some headphones on for ear protection, and but yeah, and deservingly so, because he has been an inspiration of how he's got all these guys to perform so consistently for so long.
John Ledwith down on the pitch, he's making an announcement, and here comes the man of the moment. The man for all seasons. Chris Commons, a wonderful gesture, a wonderful servant to the club. What a player he's been, Tom.
Yeah, I've been at a couple of functions recently with him, and he does the club he's an eternal credit for what he gave to the club. Both him and his wife certainly support the charity efforts as well. So very, very well. He'll be disappointed that he's not out there in the middle of the park he's playing, much like myself and all the boys a bit here, but Chris was a fantastic part and a fantastic chapter within this football club.
Yes, he underwrites history, as does Scott Brown, taking to the pitch. This, the man, only the second Celtic captain, remember, in history to captain a Celtic side to 6 in a row. And of course the other one was Billy McNeil.
Big Billy, who's here today. I've seen him in the boardroom, and that'll be absolutely fantastic to be able to come along here to join in these celebrations.
Billy McNeil, captain, manager in Celtic Park. You can hear from the roars of approval. He is the man of the season. He is the Ladbrokes Premiership Manager of the Year. There can be no other recipient of that award than Brendan Rodgers. We were here when he arrived. 13,000 people turned out almost a year ago. I think it'll be a year ago on Tuesday to welcome Brendan Rodgers out at Celtic Park as his backroom staff comes out. He has, of course, all season talked about his backroom staff as well, Tom. And now I understand we may get a few words with Brendan Rodgers.
Occasion here at Celtic Park. When you arrive, 13,000 people fill the stand, and the stands around today. 60,000 come to see the leader of the men and the leader of the people. How do you sum up your first season at Celtic Park?
I think first of all I want to give a huge thank you to Dermot Desmond, Peter Lowell and the board. I think without those guys, I wouldn't be here. They were the one that had to make an appointment when Ronnie left. So I'm very, very lucky boy to be given that opportunity. I think the second thank you, obviously, of course, goes to the players, because it probably will be never done again in a lifetime. To go, a full campaign of 38 games and remain undefeated, winning 34 and drawing 4, like I say, that probably will never, certainly when I'm alive anyway, never be done.
So, I'm going to let Brendan, the boys are all waiting patiently for the...
Brendan Rodgers, he always says it as it is.
I want to make a special mention to Chris Commons, Lisa and his family. Chris has been an incredible servant for the club. He's obviously been unfortunate this year with a lot of injuries and whatnot, but he's been absolutely brilliant behind the scenes, and obviously him and his wife are very much a part of the Celtic family, so thank you. And my final message is to the supporters. You know, Celtic is nothing without the support. We as players and managers and coaches, we're on the field here, but what makes Celtic iconic is the people in the stands and the people all over the world. So a big thank you to you, and enjoy your day.
I always feel that Brendan Rodgers cuts such a relaxed figure, Tom. He's so sure about what he says. He's so pronounced in how he puts it across.
Yeah, some magnificent words, and he doesn't miss MD. He makes sure he mentions everybody can see. One of the days when the kit staff was just a cleaning lady, a kit man, and that was it. You look at the amount of players we have there, but that's what it takes now to run a professional football club. That's the kind of background staff you need, and the manager is so professional about everything. As the players now go up to collect their medals before the final presentation, the celebrations when we do lift this championship trophy.
You never tire of these parties, Tom, these situations, to see Celtic lifting a league championship trophy. Done it so many times over the years, but each time just gets more and more special.
Yes, and it becomes more and more special as we approach a special number as well, and that's the aim now. I think the foundation is set there that you know, in terms of the quality that we do have, should dominate Scottish football. But the manager, he wants to try and get bigger and better and try and make a push into European football if we can do that. And obviously that's hopefully we can then do that with enhancing the squad. If we can keep the likes of a Patrick Roberts and players such as that, then I'm sure that will go a long way to getting to where the manager sees us and competing on the European stage.
I always feel the club showcase these events so well. Celtic picking up the SPFL title, and Scott Brown sportingly asking everybody to go up before he goes up to lift the trophy. So all the backroom staff, as we list them off, Chris Commons, of course, we've touched on Chris's contribution to the hoops. He really understood Celtic when he arrived here. He certainly understood them in the intervening years as well. And Brendan Rodgers, of course, just such a humble guy in so many ways.
Oh, without any question. I've never heard him saying a bad word, and he's certainly in his manner and how he speaks. It's certainly been a befitting of what a Celtic manager should be, but more importantly, it's how he produces teams to play in the middle of the park, and there's certainly been an outstanding season for us, and obviously coming from the manager.
Hopefully we can top that off on Saturday. Scott Brown makes his way up to the podium, gets a hug, a pat on the back for his contribution. Celtic captain will now be going up to hear the roars of approval. He's one of our own, Tom, Scott. He's now a Celtic captain. He's about to lift that trophy for the 7th time, the 6th time as captain. Only Billy McNeil has done that before. You're walking in the footsteps of history as we count it down. Celtic Park explodes in Flutterfetti. The Celtic support standing as one to celebrate the 6th in a row champions. Just wonderful scenes. It's been a party atmosphere all afternoon, Tom, and that party continues.
Yes, and it will continue. They'll probably enjoy themselves tonight, but no doubt they'll be back in training tomorrow, such as the demands of Brendan, and to get the best out of the players. They'll have probably a day off or so, but they will be back in full time to make sure that everything will be prepared right for the final. But at this moment in time, we are now celebrating the 6th championship in a row, onwards to hopefully 10 and more. But we've certainly got a good footing of where we want to be and how the players are celebrating as FA does his usual celebration.
Whoa, absolutely wonderful. Remy Ambrose, he knows what it's all about. He is a showman in extreme cases, isn't he?
Yeah, I wonder if they did that at Easter Road as well when they were celebrating. I'm not sure. They get promotion to. Glad to see Hibs back in the big time as well, and if now joining in. But yeah, he played a big part of our success this season as well. So it's nice to see them joining in the celebrations.
Celebrations all the way around Celtic Park. We're bringing you live interviews with the players when we get them. We'll have John Ledwith. Celtic celebrating round the park. Everybody enjoying what they're seeing. Everybody standing around us applauding. This is a very unified atmosphere, Tom.
Well, it certainly is. I don't see the families normally come and join the players at this stage. It's not happening quite yet, but maybe it will not happen this season, but we'll see. As you say, at the moment, it's just all interviews with, I think Lee Griffiths is getting done. So the rest of them, they're all just waiting to win. We've won this championship as a team, as a squad, and everybody's been involved in that. And I think quite rightly, they want to get round as a team, as a unit. There will be a couple of photographs to be taken just now, so that's what's going on at the moment. But they will certainly enjoy themselves as they get around and be acclaimed by the support for what was a wonderful league campaign, an unblemished league campaign, an undefeated league campaign, and waiting for the one more to come.
And it's important, of course, to remember to enjoy these kinds of events, Tom. You never know how many more you'll get in your career. I remember standing watching you celebrate after stopping the 10 and the party that we had that particular day when you lifted the trophy. So much relief as well around that victory, it has to be said. But this is the sort of celebration that we just always enjoy.
Yeah, a different type of celebration, and it was the pressure that was on then. No, don't get me wrong, there's pressure on to win every single championship. We're now on 6. You don't want to be the team that stops.
No.
You want that to continue until infinity. But then that was a huge difference, and I think we had grown men crying. Maybe not see that today.
Well, I was one of them, I'm not going to lie to you.
We had grown men crying on stopping that 10 in a row, thankfully. So yes, we'll never tire of this, because it did take that 10 years to win a championship. This time we've had plenty, moments and days like this, and we'll never tire. And if anybody was to tire from that, I think you should kick them out of the stadium.
Absolutely.
They deserve to be here.
Yep.
Let's just enjoy this, enjoy the moment.
Hang up your scarf if you're not going to enjoy moments like this. As the Celtic players start to make their way around Celtic Park, they will do the traditional lap of honour, and this is what it's all about at this club. It's a club built on success, Tom. It's a club that has to continue that success, and they will continue to do so.
It certainly is. The foundation is there now, and obviously it's a squad that the manager's building. It's not just a first team. I think you've got to try and get, as you say, try and get 2 players for every position. He's got that, but trying to get a squad that will come in, that if anybody's injured, just somebody steps in. Trying to be the young boys. He's introduced quite a few young boys this season. I thought maybe a Colt Wayne might have been involved in that, but there is certainly players there of all the adulation that they're receiving just now. But we certainly hope that this continues. And but I think we're certainly in the right frame of mind because of the manager that we do have, and I think he is key to that continuation. With the quality that he's got in.
Well, I think that's true, because on a day, rightly as you suggested there, that he is in a position to rest a few players. He's got the cup final community. He could have brought in the likes of Ralston and Johnson, but it's a professional job. He wanted the 106 points. He wanted to create the new modern record in Scottish football, and he's done that, and he put a side out that would do that.
Well, I think it's more that you want to reward the players who have done it throughout the season. I'm sure, Lustig maybe just nursing a little injury or a little knock or something like that. That's why or else I'm sure he would have been playing today. So for the most part, it would have been the teams that have been probably the players most consistent in this up to now that have played in this, because you do like rewarding them with the one that you get the trophy in. Yeah, it's certainly not just been an 11-man team. It's been a squad, and players have come in. Players have went out. Not too many players you said that have lost form and went out.
No.
It's more that the manager just want to freshen things up, and when he's freshened things up, the players have come in and took the opportunities. They've took their chances. You look at Callum McGregor and how he's come in, and Stuart Armstrong, Dedrick Boyata, guys you thought maybe had lost their opportunities.
Yes.
He's come in and improved them, and there's other players as well that you could mention. So that's down to one man and one man alone, and that's the manager. obviously give the credit to the backroom staff for what they can do and how they've helped the players. But more importantly, it's the impact that a manager has within the football team.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the highlights of my season, it came at that magical time with Celtic when they'd won the league, but one of the highlights for my season came off the pitch, Tom. It came off the pitch in the sense that Brendan Rodgers committed to 2021.
Yes, exactly. I know that in the current mould we normally have these rolling contracts, certainly for managers, but I think that's been key to where I think we can go if we can keep Brendan at the helm here. And as you say, that's a solidity. And I think he says at the time that he was the one that was telling players that you've got to stay here 3-4 years. Yeah, if he wasn't around in another year, so it creates a solidity within the team and a framework to work, that you've got the guy who is key to this all. The manager is the key to making things work, and obviously then that, players feel good that a manager's going to be around. You'll get a lot of these players staying as well.
Brendan Rodgers doesn't just get this club, he absolutely loves this club. See him down on the pitch just lapping up. His kids are down as well. It's just
that's them all, the sort of families and that starting to come on. But it's because he is a supporter of the club. It's been brought up in the tradition with his family, coming to games, watching possibly, I'll say this, but Brendan might be old enough to remember the lines all those years ago. I hope I'm not being too cheeky in saying that, but there's boys, he's been brought up in the right manner,
yes,
and how we have to trying to play the game, but he really gets it, and I think the connection with the supporters, they feel it as well, and they feel that obviously Brendan is one of us, and I think certainly the players respond to the continuity between the supporters and the manager, and that everybody is backing Brendan. There's no dissenting voices of, I don't want that manager. Brendan's performed, he's got a team in the park playing well, and we're certainly reaping the rewards for the performances on the park.
We are absolutely reaping the rewards. It has been a fantastic season for Celtic. Can't say this often enough, folks. Undefeated in the league, went through the entire campaign without losing a match, and that a remarkable statistic. And this side will take all the plaudits, and they'll now go down in history, Tom. They go down in history as a Celtic side who achieved history.
It's stunning, a remarkable achievement in the modern era with the modern game. No matter who you're playing, it's a formidable and a stunning achievement to get through a season unbeaten. I remember we lost one league game under Tommy Burns all the years. I think under Martin, I think it was a process of losing one. I think we drew too many certainly under Tommy,
yes,
a way back. But it's a remarkable achievement to have that level of consistency right through. And the performances, it's not just about winning the games. I've said this so many times. It's about the level of performance, getting that consistency through the course of a season. It's quite stunning and remarkable, especially when you consider the amount of other games that played in European football. And the amount of games they played during January. Maybe the football wasn't quite as what it was then as it is now towards the end of the season, at the start of the season, but that's why you have a full squad. It's trying to utilise it, trying to get freshness in, and we've come through all that, the hard times, and this is the enjoyment times to see us putting my foot in the ball and controlling football games and not looking too troubled.
And do you think Europe now will be the benchmark for Brendan Rodgers? Is that what he looks to? We talk about going to 10 in a row. We all want that. We want domestic supremacy on every level that we have it, but really possibly Brendan's thoughts now will be looking towards the European horizon. Well,
we've got to. I think we've set our sights now in terms of this season finishing unbeaten. It'll be difficult to match that next season, but we'll enjoy this just now. But yeah, without any shadow of doubt, I think Brendan says that you've got to be in there in amongst that. Hopefully maybe qualifying from a group again to get there. The group we had was a very difficult group in terms of where the teams were from, the countries where they come, the sort of highest ranked nations.
Yes.
So hopefully that won't be the case in the next one we get. And no team would love, teams would love coming here, but I think they would fear it coming here with the fans that we get, the noises. We hear people rave about the experiences of the Celtic fans and how the team plays and rises to that challenge. Because everybody's on the same handshake on those nights, and it's a fantastic stage. But yeah, that's where Brendan wants us to play. We want to get to the higher echelons of the European stage, and if we can keep the core of this team, I'm sure we can we can make a little impact in European football next year, because we still have a long way. We've got to be realistic with that.
Yes.
We've got a massive way to go. Obviously, the advantages that other clubs have with the revenue streams they get from television, we don't have that. But as a time, as we'll get ground and we'll get this club and we'll get these magnificent fans, we'll give it everything we can do to make this team better.
Because there is always that perception, you know yourself, Tom, you've come up against it, people talking about the Scottish game, talking down the Scottish game. I've heard it so many times in various news channels, etc., that Celtic going toward it. It's not as easy as they make it sound to do that. I look back at the night we played Manchester City here and gave them, they'd gone, I think, 10 games unbeaten at the start of the season, and they came here and Celtic really gave them a game, and I think a lot of people down south sat up and suddenly took notice of this Celtic side.
It was just another stunning night, a level of performance from Celtic and from the fans, that players of Manchester City are away in awe and believe that this is the best place for European football nights.
As do the Barcelona players, if I remember. Messi still talks about it.
Most of the best players in the world who have played here are in awe of the atmosphere that's created by the fans, and I think for the most part for this season it's been great through the whole of the season. And in terms of the atmosphere, it has been absolutely fantastic. But yeah, we do want more of those nights. We would love more within the one season, not just every other season. So we want to make sure we get into the Champions League, and winning your league here gets you right to qualify for that. So never underestimate the right of the Championship, this Premiership that we've won again. We've got to make sure you get that to achieve what you want to be and be more competitive within that Champions League. But you've got to win your domestic league first to get into that. Certainly at this moment in time, we are coefficient. The most club that seems to be getting anything in points and coefficients wise is certainly Celtic. But so if we need to do it ourselves, we'll need to do it ourselves.
We do indeed need to do it ourselves. Celtic have been in imperious form this season, and they quite rightly go around the grain. We hope you're enjoying these pictures, folks. As we say, we never tire of it. It's what we always want to do, is win trophies. We've done it again this afternoon. Celtic imperious in victory as well, Tom.
Yes, a performance that was never really in danger. It was just about the manner of how many goals I thought we would score. We only got a couple today. The performance certainly in the second half could have got a lot more, but never in trouble. We just upped the pace a wee bit in the second half, which we've done in so many games. Just recently we've been starting games as we have done probably in the second half. But over the piece, I think it was a very comfortable, very professional performance today. And a very comfortable one that gave us obviously a party day, a party night that will go on into the wee small hours. But the level of performance was almost irrelevant today. We just wanted to make sure we avoided defeat, to make sure we kept that record going of the tag of being invincible.
Unprincipled
Invincibles.
Falling over your
I'm thinking about Invincibles this year. Next year you'll see the inflatables with the Legends match.
Well, there's a few balloons sitting beside us here, but we don't want to get into that as well. I'm just watching Scott Brown. Scott, of course, 10 years at the club. He donated that Celtic jersey. It's a signed number 10 jersey. You want to go on and check the interview on Celtic TV, and the competition will close Friday at midnight. We will announce the winner just in a pre-match Scottish Cup final. And it's comments at CelticFC.com if you want to enter that competition. Wonderful sights just watching. Nobody's leaving, Tom. They're all staying.
They're all staying. They're hoping they'll get a second lap of honour. They're sitting a lot milking it. They're sitting a lot enjoying it out there in the middle. Scott Brown leading the charge at the front. He's certainly making sure that he is certainly enjoying every single moment of that. As you say, a very lucky man, a very special man to have not only lifted the championship for 7 times, 6 in a row, but obviously be captain of that and be a huge influence in this game of this season. To have been up there, certainly amongst the players of the years, an impeccable season from Scott Brown amongst so many other players this season, and he certainly is enjoying it. He's somebody who'll never tire of lifting that trophy, and he'll be wanting to be staying around to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever he sees fit, and if his fitness bears out, we want to go on further than that.
He's fitter than I've ever seen Jim Carragher in Winnipeg. You called it right, Jim. Hail, hail, guys. 2-0 and Lee to get his goal. I'm hoping he stuck a few quid on that, Tom.
Aye, well, I was trying to say 6, doesn't it?
Well, you were at the start, yeah.
I was a wee bit optimistic. I'll leave it there. I'm not the best at predicting correct scores. I've done that for a number of years, and I've not been the best. So if you ever hear a score from me, just completely ignore it. And if you put it on at the bookies, could you use some Tipp-Ex or get your money back, honestly?
It's your own fault for listening to Tom Boyd. Brian Campbell, you're out in Auckland, New Zealand. Ex-season ticket holder, now living in New Zealand. So good to have Celtic TV to keep in touch and watch all the games, normally at 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, I hope you're up enjoying this game, this spectacle that we brought you this afternoon on Celtic TV as the players make their way around the pitch. They've been stopped by so many people, photographs, selfies, all this sort of stuff. Very much part of the modern game, Tom.
Well, one of that supporter would be one of the ones who'll be celebrating into the wee small hours. Obviously the time difference which is there, but there'll certainly be plenty here today who will certainly go on and celebrate that, and thankfully it's an early start for them. They'll get longer to celebrate for the day.
Paul Braden from Las Vegas has got in touch with us. Can't wait for the 4,000 fellow boys and girls indeed coming to visit me in 2 weeks. I hope he's got a big house. Tom, he's not, and apparently he's not told the wife yet.
That's quite a biggie. There could be a couple of gate crashers coming to his house if they decide.
Are you Vegas bound yourself, Tom?
Fortunately not this year, but it's going to be a very special year. I've been a couple of times, and this year we're celebrating the 50th anniversary. Remembering the guys who produced in that game so many years ago. Yes, unfortunately I won't be able to make it this year, but I do hope that they all have and I know they will, I've experienced that, and they'll certainly enjoy themselves this year.
They always seem to enjoy it out in Vegas. I've been out myself once before and taken in the very special atmosphere you get whenever Celtic supporters gather together in one place. You enjoy the camaraderie, enjoy the good-natured banter of what it's all about to be a Celtic supporter. And what it is all about today is watching your heroes going around the pitch, taking the plaudits of the support, and just enjoying the fact that once again we are champions, 6 in a row champions. You just can't say that often enough.
Well, I hope that I'm just looking at the back end there, and I think Patrick Roberts and Kieran Tierney, I think are celebrating together, coming in, taking the adulation. Hopefully it's a sign that he'll enjoy, Patrick, and a sight that he'll enjoy, and that he will want more of this, and join up for the boys going for the 7th championship in a row next year. He certainly lightened the proceedings when he started to get a regular game towards the latter stages. He was in and out, competing very well with James Forrest for those starting positions, but he certainly seems to be a key man to unlock some of the defences, the tight defences that we invariably play against week in, week out.
And where, Tom, where would you say that Patrick Roberts could experience, there's only one word for it, the kind of love that's exuded from the Celtic support to what he's done this season?
Yes, without any question. I think the response that the fans have shown him, and the adulation, and how he's put in consistency into his performances. I think towards the end of the campaign he was a key part of how we've got ourselves over the line and producing some performances of how we've been remaining unbeaten, and why as well that teams now fear us.
Yes.
Because of the quality that we do have of Patrick Roberts, Sinclair, and Dembele.
But you saw how Hearts set up, how they set up today, Tom, to try and nullify the threats that we carried. They did it.
Well, it's basically damage limitation they want to try. If they want to come out and have a go in a ding-dong battle, the only one that get close to us was Motherwell, as I mentioned, the 4-3 game. The rest, they've all got to try and sit in. We'll get too much quality, too much pace to exploit teams who try and come out and play against us. There's not been too many times where teams have went head-to-head with us and survived. So yeah, absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic that we've managed to produce what we have done this season.
And the manager will look to strengthen. Of course he will. He's probably made those decisions a couple of months ago and get a few players in, and hopefully retaining some of these. I don't get the impression from this group of players, Tom, that there's anyone that really wants to leave.
Why would you want to leave? Why would you want to leave this? Why would you want to leave a winning team? Why would you want to leave a team that wants to go and play in the Champions League? It's all about, for me, the glory. You might get some money better elsewhere, but
Show us your medals. Is that how it is?
Going to play for a Stoke, or where's the attraction of that? Look at the fans here. There's 60,000 here. You'll get some of the best nights ever.
It's probably a once-in-a-lifetime achievement to go through the season unbeaten, certainly in my lifetime anyway, but I think you only need to see the great history of this club and to find out, being the first time it's been done. So, incredible achievement, and obviously the whole club as one has had a fantastic season.
Did today maybe sum up exactly how good your team is, being patient after that first half and being able to break Hearts down, get the goal and show how good they were?
Yeah, I think it was the case of obviously Hearts would have to come and close the spaces. We made a change at half-time just to change the dynamic, went to 3-4-3 at half-time and just try and get Pat in the wide areas in the duel. So, but now the players, once they got the goal, you could see them moving the ball better and quicker, and they scored 2, maybe get 1 or 2 more, but today was about winning the game for the team, the supporters, and they've done that very well.
34 wins, 4 draws. Is it beyond your expectations?
Yeah, it is, because it's not an easy thing to do. Coaches, managers, players will tell you, normally you've always have an off day, but to do what they've done, it's a remarkable achievement, and it's, in words it sounds easy, but it's so difficult to do. The preparation, the mentality, the focus to keep doing that. It's a huge, huge effort by all the players and the staff and everyone. So brilliant achievement.
How do you build on this?
Sorry?
How do you build on this for next season?
No, I think for us, obviously, we want to continue. Listen, we might lose some games next year, but we can still continue to improve. So it's been absolutely first class. We just need to, as I said, look to stabilise the squad, add 1 or 2 more, and then look to continue. And the beauty is there's still a lot of growth in the squad. So we obviously want to take another step in Europe, which would be nice. So plenty to achieve.
I've been interested listening to you this season and the last couple of weeks where you said in previous meetings with teams you've played very well, but the performance has gone up a level. How tough has it been to make an instant impact and then build on that through the season?
No, I think initially the challenge was to qualify for the Champions League. So we needed to ensure that mentally we were ready to take that step. And then obviously once we did that and had the confidence from that, we could then build the way in which we played. So you see now the team very clear in their identity. They know how we're trying to work. They understand they have a philosophy with the ball, without the ball are very important. And then they're getting confidence from that in winning games. So there's still an awful lot of work to do, but we've made great strides this first season, and now hopefully build on it again next year.
Are we allowed to mention the word treble now?
Well, that's our last trophy. Of course, we want to go and win it. We've got 2 already, created a lot of history over the course of the season, and of course, with 1 more game, we want to get that trophy. So, but we'll celebrate tonight, recover next couple of days, and then get ready for Aberdeen, which will be a tough game.
Brendan, many congratulations. It's a fantastic achievement. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, Tom, we were talking there about Patrick Roberts. Where will he get this kind of reception, this kind of love that you get around Celtic Park?
Yeah, as I was saying, you got another
in the league this season.
Sinclair?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I think it just goes to show how good the team is, what the manager's brought in. We've just winning mentality, and we've never stopped from start to go.
Was there any nervousness today going in, knowing what was at stake?
I think everyone was mentally strong going into the game. I think we know what we had to set out to do, and we got the job done.
How hard has it been week on week going and keep going, and has the confidence breeded confidence when you keep winning?
Well, that's the thing. I think when you're winning games each week, you bring the momentum into the next game, and you're winning every week. So that's what we've done, and it's great to be a part of history.
Scott, you've been here a long time now. Sum this one up for us.
Unbelievable. It shows you the lads' determination all season. We've worked hard in pre-season and it's paying off now, and we're still training hard, we're working hard, and we're still winning games this late on in the season.
What's different about this Celtic team compared to the other ones you've played in?
Yeah, I think the fitness. I think we're still going 90, 95 minutes, and we keep pushing. We're scoring loads of goals. We've brought in some quality players, and we've got a great bunch of lads that are in that dressing room. And the gaffers picked and choose wisely when to bring people in, when to give somebody a rest as well, and it's worked this year.
How has it been for you, and how have you found it compared again with all the seasons you've played for Celtic?
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. it was hard at the start of the season, going away to Gibraltar and losing that game, but we've bounced back since then, and we've pushed on. We've done well in the Champions League at home especially, and now we're showing how good a team we are in the SPL. We've went all the way through the season unbeaten, so it's down in history now.
How good are you feeling about yourself fitness wise as well this season?
Yeah, last season was hard for me. It was stop-start due to injury, but this season it's been phenomenal. I think training's helped, the tempo of training and the quality of players that we've brought in as well.
Many more to come?
Yeah, I hope so.
Well done, many congratulations.
Cheers, thanks.
Scott Sinclair back in love with football. He could not have envisaged, Tom, last year when he came to Celtic that this sort of thing would happen.
Oh, what an impact. He's been absolutely phenomenal.
And we'll just head to hear what the lone gunslinger has to say. Leave with us.
Sum up this achievement.
It's mad. I think, after the first game, I think we played Lincoln Red Imps and we got beat 1-0. People were questioning whether the gaffer had it, but to go a full league season unbeaten, it just shows the kind of character and mentality we've got here at this club.
What's changed this season?
The gaffer came in and he's changed the whole philosophy of the club, the way we want to play. It's totally different to last year, and we're reaping the rewards now.
For you, is the season coming to an end too early now?
Nah, not really. I think it's been frustrating for me at times, but I've had a good run of games now, and hopefully next week we can complete the last piece of the jigsaw and get that treble.
How much has it been spoken about, the treble in the dressing room?
Nah, like I say, it's an old cliche, but we take it one game at a time. I think it's one of these ones where everybody keeps talking about outside, but us as players, we want to do our business quietly. We've done that now, and we're only one game away from being, proper people.
Many congratulations.
Come on, thank you.
He does what he says on the tin. Tom Boyd, he scores goals. He opened the scoring this afternoon with just a characteristic header. For a guy of not great stature, he gets up in the box and knocks it away.
He does. He's excellent in there. He's very good in there. He's very strong.
Let's hear what Patrick Roberts has to say.
Patrick, many congratulations. Sum up this season.
It's been brilliant. I mean, from the first day we came in, we had objectives to what we wanted to achieve in the season. Obviously, the season's not over yet. We've still got one more game, but most of them we've achieved, and we've achieved exceptional. And it's been a brilliant season. I'm proud to play a part in this team.
When you go to a press conference, players will always say, and managers, that each game as it comes, you go out to try and win every game, but can you quite believe you've gone the whole season unbeaten?
Obviously through the season you're not going to jinx it or say anything, but when you get to the end, obviously we had that belief through the season. We can say it now. When we went into games, we thought we was going to win, even though we wasn't 1-0 up. Maybe like today at half time, we always knew we'd come out in the second half and produce a performance that teams couldn't handle. And I think this season we've had too much quality going forward and too strong in the back, and I think that's what's made us go this far this season.
What has this loan spell done for you?
Oh, a lot. I mean, to be invincible, I mean, to go the whole season unbeaten, to hopefully get the job done next week. I mean, it will be an incredible season. I'd probably say, I know I'm so young, but it probably would be the best career I've had.
How key was it for you to go out on a high at Celtic Park? The fans seem to love you today and giving you all the adulation.
Yeah, they've been unbelievable season. They're right to last whistle, though. I just want to show them what I can do. I want to enjoy football like I enjoy it on the pitch and get them off their seat, and that's what I hope I've done for these fans, and I can't thank them enough for what they've done for me and the support they give me every day and every game we've played, and it's been an incredible season. I can't thank Celtic enough.
Well done, you are the Ladbrokes man of the match. We'll give you the champagne later.
Cheers, thank you.
Patrick Roberts and all the boys, of course, talking to us just earlier there out on Celtic Park. And Kolo Toure now coming up to say his piece as well.
Congratulations, you've done this for the second time, remained unbeaten for the whole league season. How does it feel?
First thing I want to say, I want to thank Allah, because for me, everything happened in my life is from him. The first time I did it for Arsenal was great, but today is even better, because coming here for me, I didn't expect that, to be honest, but the manager is unbelievable, the staff unbelievable, the players are fine here, unbelievable commitments, and the fans are great, and I'm so proud, I'm so happy, just, that I have the luck to do that again, but the most important for me is the team, and the effort we put every day at work, even players who don't play a lot, been working really hard at training. That's why the team is so strong, and we are really happy, really proud.
joined by a man who's also gone a season unbeaten as well. You've done this before. How does it feel now?
I mean, the whole season's been unbelievable. Obviously, we played more games now than I did with Rosenborg, so this achievement is unbelievable.
It's all about the treble now. What's your thoughts on that?
Obviously, we know it's going to be a tough game, but we played them before in Hampden and did a really good game. So, right now the confidence is really high. So, we're going for the treble.
What's changed this season?
What's that?
What's changed this season? Why have Celtic been unbeatable?
Obviously, we get a really good manager. We brought good players in who came into the first 11 straight away. Been unbelievable from day one. And just confident, you know, everyone just believe in themselves right now, and we're a really good team.
Many congratulations.
Invincibles with Celtic, invincibles with Arsenal and Rosenborg respectively, and Kieran Tierney, Young Player of the Year as well.
Kieran, how does this feel?
Oh, it's brilliant. Just hear it, just listen to it. It's a full season's hard work and it's paying off today.
Can you quite believe you've gone the whole season unbeaten?
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a great achievement for everybody at the club, and everybody's played their part, so it's brilliant.
You're a big Celtic fan. Given it's 50 years since Lisbon, etc., was there a pressure and an expectation on the club this season?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a pressure, because what the Lisbon Lions done is brilliant. I don't know if that'll ever be matched, but we've done our best to work hard from the first day, and we've just pleased the fans, and look how happy everybody is here, so it's great.
What about the treble now? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'll concentrate on celebrating today, then we'll work hard all training week.
That'd be some achievement though.
Yeah, it would. That's what everybody's striving to do, and we've done all week, we've done all year, we've just worked hard every single day, and that's what we're looking to do again.
Do you remember the 2001 season? What age were you then?
I'd have been 3 or 4, so hard to remember, but I've been told about it, so don't worry.
Well done, enjoy the celebrations.
Thanks very much, cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, always good to find out if a player was in his nappies the last time Celtic did what they did today. Kieran Tierney, what a season he has had as well.
Yeah, a little bit of the same when we look back about the Lions.
Congratulations, sum up this achievement.
It's absolutely amazing. To go all the way through the season unbeaten, and to finish it off today with a good performance and a great result again, and you see the celebrations, it's a magnificent achievement.
How's this season been for you personally?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Gaffer's put a lot of faith in me as well, and recently I've scored a lot of goals and played well, so it's been a great end to the season for me.
Do you think this will help your case in terms of getting back into the Scotland squad, a big game against England to come?
Hopefully, yeah. All I can do is look after my Celtic performances, and hopefully that international call comes.
Do you think it would help having a lot of Celtic players in the team as there already is, given how well you're playing together?
Yeah, exactly. You can see how well the boys have done this season, and like you say, if there's more of the boys in the squad, then it keeps that continuity going, and the performances will hopefully be there as well.
Just speaking to the manager there, he says we're allowed to mention the word treble now and ask the question, what's the thoughts and how big an achievement would it be?
Yeah, it's going to be a massive achievement if we can do it. Obviously we'll enjoy today and come back into training on Tuesday fully focused to go and try and break it.
Many congratulations.
Thank you, cheers.
Well done.
Talks about the manager putting his trust in. He's put his trust in a lot of players this year, and it really has paid off with Cal.
Oh, without doubt. I think the players have replayed him because they have produced on so many occasions, and you know, they all want to play for the manager. So yeah, I think looking forward to the next season, I think we've got a lot of high hopes of where we're going to go again.
So much to look forward to for Celtic. They've got a week now to prepare for the Scottish Cup final. We will have a special pre-match online for you on Saturday for that one. Join us please for the Scottish Cup final and see if Celtic can make it the perfect season. It has been absolutely fantastic for them this year. Thank you for joining us this afternoon on Celtic TV as we brought you the trophy presentation day from myself, Jeremy Dade, and Tom Boyd. Look out for us on the Huddle Online soon. Thanks again. Hail, hail.